Hello everyone, welcome back again. This is Jesse, and then into this tutorial we're learning about how to sort your data in Julia. So there are two functions to help you with the normal sorting. You have the sort straight away, and then you have the sort bank function. So the difference between this sort function is that this sort function can be used with normal arrays, and then when it what it does is going to make a copy, right, and then apply the sort function on that copy, and then leave the original without modifying it. Okay, so let's see what I mean by that. So let's say I have an array like this, right? This is a normal array. So if I see that it's not sorted well, I want to sort this, I want to apply the sort function on it. Realize that it is the raw format, right? If I apply this sort on it, it's going to sort it perfectly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is nicely sorted. And if I go back and I call the same variable which I stored inside, the same variable. Oops. Sorry. If I call this same variable that it is giving me the original one I had, which was this one. It's giving me this original one. So that is the difference between this sort and then the sort bank. So the sort is going to create a copy, apply the function on it, and then leave the original unmodified. But the other sort, which one? The sort bank, is actually going to modify it. So that's going to apply the function on the actual and modify it so that I sorted it again. So if I'm supposed to call the variable, it's going to come back with not the original, but with the modified one, the one that the function sorted, the sorted function or the sourcing function has been applied on. So that is the two main difference. So that is two main difference. Okay, so now let's apply that on an actual data set, right? So I took this data set from this website, which is here. It's a new data set, and then I modified it. So let's load our package. So df is going to read table, right, and then I call it new. The data set will be there below so that you can use it. New data, right? New bank data dot csv. Okay, so now that's what we are using. So looking at our data set that we have a very nice data set with the age not sorted, the job almost sorted, divorce, and all these things. So we are trying to find a means of sorting this data perfectly. So now let's work it out and see how to do that. So to sort it, we can apply our function on it. So let's check for the head. Df, let's say 5, 5. Then it's giving us the first 5, which is not perfectly sorted. Then let's check for the columns. It's giving us these columns. Now, nice. So let's see how to sort this one out perfectly. So we have different forms. So they are by default, it's going to just take the first column and then apply it for us. So if I apply the sort, if I apply the sort bank on it, sort and df is going to use the first column and then apply an ascending order function of sorting on it, right? So it's going to sort it from the least to the highest. So it has sorted it from the least, so that this is the 19 is least, and then 20, and then upwards like that. So the syntax is you supply your data frame, and then you just automatically sort it for us. But if you want to apply a set of columns to it, there's another format of doing it. So let's see how to do that. So to do that, it's just going to be like this: the sort, the bank, and the data frame, right? And then calls, and there's the column that you want to apply. So let's say you want to use age, so it's going to apply it as it's working on the age. I can change it and make it something like, let's say, balance, and then it's going to use the balance so that it's giving us the negatives first. So that is one of the ways of sorting it by default. So let's check and see the difference between the sorted one and then the default sorting one. So I'll compare that one and see how it is done. So to do that, this is what I'll be trying to do. So the normal sort is sort bank, right? This is the default, and then the one we are trying to see whether it is using calls age. So it's using the first data set. You realize that it is true. So by default, it's going to use the first column to sort it perfectly. So now let's see how to sort by multiple columns. So to sort by multiple columns, there are two formats. You can just sort by this format, right? There's one format, not two formats. So this, then your data frame, and then the columns that you want to supply, and then it can be age, it can be balance. So it's going to, this is, so you can supply several columns to it. So I can add another one. So like I can add which one again can I sort? So I can even add job, and it's going to sort the first one by age, then it will move on to balance, see that it's perfectly sorted, then move on to job, right? So that is how it does it. Well, so that is sorting by multiple columns. Also, you can also sort in a reverse order, right? So to do that, just go with sort bank, the data frame, and then the column that you want to sort by. So course, so age, right? And then we want to sort that column by a ascending order. So just go to ref, and then by default it is false. So by it's going to, that is the normal default one. But if you want to change it into an descending order, then you change the reverse false to true. So let's try that one. That is if you want to change it to descending order. That is from the least to the highest. So it's going to be like this. Sorry, sort df, then calls for the column that you want to sort by, so age, and then you go with this ref true. So it's going to sort by the highest first, right? That is from descending order. So instead of 87 is the highest, and then the same thing happens 87, 84 perfectly. So nice. So now let's check one last thing, then we move on. So to the final thing, that you can also sort by ordering by using this order function, right? And this in which when you apply this order argument, you're going to specify an ordering for a particular column. So it's going to, if you have maybe different set of columns that you want to sort, you can apply a function to this in this format also using the by. Using by is equal to something like, right, to apply a specific function on the column that you want and then sort it. So you can also sort it by this format. So I'm using the order, so the order is ordering it according to a specific pattern. So it's using it as reverse as true. So the highest, then lowest. I can make this one as false. You realize that the negative ones are the one coming. Okay, I can also sort, right, different columns, multiple columns, and then give them a different order. So something like this, sort, right? And then I'll go with my data frame, the columns I want to apply these things to. So the first one is going to be age, the second one is going to be jobs, then the third one is going to be, let's say, day, right? So then after this, I'm going to apply a reverse ordering to it. The first one is going to be true, then let's say false, then false. So if I use like that, see that the highest has come first, 87, 86, 84 for the age. And then if you see the jobs, retired has come before student and the rest. If you see the day, so 30, 18, 18, and 5. So that is one of the ways of doing it. I can actually change it and make it the other way around. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions or contribution, you can just put inside the comment section so that everybody can also benefit. And please don't forget to subscribe and share. Stay blessed.